Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well and staying safe these days. I'm so excited to actually get my hands on one of these signature type covers for the Microsoft Surface Pros, in this case the Pro 7 that I actually have here. Been using for some months now, and wanted to actually get my hands on one of these little keyboards that I've actually been using it more often these days, particularly for emailing, and of course using a touch keyboard. Maybe a little cumbersome to actually be typing long emails with. Especially if I'm going to be taking this on the go. So I went ahead and got my hands on a type cover here. I have noticed these on sale to some degree. I'm guessing maybe to make way for the type cover specifically made for the Surface Pro 8, which does have that little insert over here, the little nook area for the pen, the new Surface Pen. So this is actually a slightly, ever so slightly out of date keyboard, but let's go ahead and open this one up. This is actually the ice blue color here. I have actually read online that a lot of people do have one little rant about this particular color that kind of looks basically like a gray, almost like the platinum color that's also available. And I believe it's also available in the red, like they call it a poppy red color. But once you actually look at it, I guess maybe on different light, it really can signify a little shade of gray there, so to speak. But you definitely can see the blue as well too. So let's go ahead and open this up. As always with these little unboxings, just taking a look at the back over here, Alcantara. You can actually see here the material that this keyboard's actually known and used for. Some little comments online have mentioned that this particular material can get dirty over time. But I think if you actually have a little bit of care for it over time, you actually can have this last quite a bit here. I do able to see this little insert here that can probably allow me to get this thing off pretty easily. All right, it looks like I'm actually just going to open it this way. I believe you actually can slide it open over here as well too, but no big deal. And here's actually the keyboard itself. Very, very premium feeling all around, particularly the back. It actually almost kind of gives you like a little bit of a hardcover feeling. Pretty interesting brand new scent coming from the keyboard as well too. The keys actually feel pretty solid. Mostly quiet for the most part. Kind of sounds like just basically your everyday laptop keys. Touchpad can be a little bit on the loud side, but it basically is what it is. On the box itself, to actually take a look a little bit further here, it does give you the various positions this keyboard can be in. Obviously, the instruction to actually go ahead and attach it to the bottom of your tablet. One position over here, and of course the extra position over here where this is ever so slightly elevated to kind of give you a very comfort feeling if you're actually going to be using this on your lap. And that's definitely one position that I've actually been using this particular Pro tablet. So let's go ahead and attach this over here. Hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you want to support the channel, by all means, just shoot that like button. And of course, hit subscribe. I have been doing a number of reviews like this and definitely look forward to more. Here's my Surface Pro 7 over here. You can definitely go ahead and check out that review. Go ahead and shoot a link here in the description below. And let's go ahead and attach this ever so slightly to the tablet. It's going to actually be the first time, so you'll probably see that little notification that the device is actually installing. Pretty easy. Sometimes I really enjoy going to the store and actually doing this, so I'm actually going to really enjoy doing this. Oh, and there we go. Well, you can actually see it's picking up the device, and I believe that's pretty much it. Yep, there you go. And we're just going to go ahead and hit the little start button. You can actually see it's already kicking in. Pretty amazing premium feeling so far. Just basically trying to use this keyboard here. Sorry for the reflection on the screen, but I do have a little bit of light coming in here. But you can definitely see the keyboard is actually working pretty well so far, as it's supposed to. And let me actually see if, yep, the second position that you can actually have this keyboard in is basically like that. You can go ahead and get you a little side view here, which is actually really, really nice. And I actually really enjoy this particular position, particularly if you're going to have it on your lap. Looks like I have some updates to install, no big deal. And let's see what happens when I actually close this. Basically, the tablet actually goes into sleep mode. Actually see that? Pretty funny. I am also told from the description, this is something I actually didn't even know myself, that the keyboard is also backlit. So let's take a look and see just how bright that light can be when it's completely dark. And you can actually see the backlit keys here that actually really make this a very attractive looking thing, especially if you're going to be using it in the dark or low light situations here. Or just basically just want some backlit. I definitely do like some backlit keyboards. You can definitely see I've used Roccat keyboards with LED lighting, and my laptop itself actually has blue LED lighting that I actually customized it to. So I don't believe you can actually change the colors of these keys, but you can actually control the brightness, I believe. There's a combination of F keys, you can actually do that as well, almost very similar if you were controlling the brightness of the actual screen itself. You can actually see what I mean when I'm saying here's your brightness controls. Basically the same kind of functions you would actually see on an everyday laptop for volume up, volume down. The control, here's your key actually to actually control the brightness of the keys itself, and of course the screen up here. So very amazing little accessory. If you're going to be using this particular tablet, your Pro 7, 6, or 5, I believe, that's compatible with, then this is definitely an excellent accessory and very recommended if you're going to actually be typing in a lot of emails. Obviously this thing looks very, to some degree thin, but it definitely does have a little bit of a feel to it. And you can actually do see it does kind of curve out a little bit here, almost like a warping feeling. But when you actually do press down on the keyboard itself, because obviously we know we may have big hands, our hands are actually can be a little heavy. And of course we're applying force to actually go ahead and press down on these keys. So despite doing all that, this keyboard doesn't bend at all, which is actually a great feeling. That was one big concern I was actually having. And of course, when I was visiting retail stores that actually had these on display, I really actually wanted to see if that was actually a feeling that you get using these keyboards, and also the feeling to actually go ahead and detach them from the tablet itself. Of course, some store employees look at me a little weird, even though the items are actually there for display. And of course, if someone's really going to try to use them to the fullest degree to get the experience, there shouldn't be any issue there, but it is what it is. Now I got my own. So I'm going to actually be definitely letting you know here that the keyboard definitely does have a very premium, solid feeling to it. And let me just go ahead and actually disconnect it here. Yeah, I mean, let's actually take a look at the back. You do see the Microsoft logo here. It's not a sticker or anything. It's actually etched onto the board itself. The whole thing really does have a really good premium feeling to it. And of course, just to retach it again, you really don't have to think about it too much. It just happens. So I've actually been using the signature type keyboard already for a couple of days now. And I have to say, it really is an amazing little add-on to actually be using with your Surface Pro 7. Did actually take me a little moment to figure out that the little F-lock key will allow you to go ahead and start using these keys over here to make the keyboard down here, as you can see, brighter, or even completely turn it off. And also control your brightness up and brightness now option as well too. So very useful little options there that you definitely do have accessibility to that in just a tablet using it without the keyboard, but this actually does make it much easier. Moving on from there, I can definitely tell you that the keyboard is definitely a great little add-on to actually have to use with this particular tablet. Emailing is so much easier. Browsing the internet is quite a bit easier. If you're just going to be using it for YouTube or playing music, obviously the on-screen keyboard definitely will do the job for you. Obviously the on-screen keyboard does not come up automatically when you're actually using this with the keyboard itself, but once you go ahead and detach it, you'll see that option again. One little thing that really did turn me off a little bit regarding the signature type keyboards and the keyboards in general is now we're actually Microsoft has already introduced the Surface Pro 8. the keyboard has actually changed over to this newer version that does have the little section here for the pen. So unfortunately, this particular model keyboard will not be used in future installments of the Pro series. And also it cannot be used with the Go series either, since the keyboard's smaller, and of course the connection here is definitely different. I think the pin numbers don't match at all. That being said, it is a little disappointing, though I can definitely understand the marketing aim and whatnot to actually go ahead and improve the keyboard there. And obviously having the pen being able to charge up there is a great feature, so it's something that this particular keyboard does not offer you. I don't have a pen myself at this time, but I definitely do plan to get my hands on one. But I'll be honest, I don't really think that pen really needs that much charging or battery replacement over time, unless you're actively using it like crazy. And I'm pretty sure that the newer version of the pen, because it has a little vibration feature on it that allows it to give you that feeling that you're really writing on somewhere, will probably just drain the battery a little bit more. So something else to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and detach this one more time. I have to give it a little bit of a force to some degree, but for the most part, very easy to remove. I think even my little nephew can actually go ahead and pull it off. Just be really careful though, because once you do separate them, there's a little bit of force on the hand that actually has a tablet in. You want that thing to slide right out of your hand right there. Well, everyone, thanks again for watching this video. I hope you really did find it enjoyable and helpful, obviously. Definitely go ahead and shoot a like and subscribe. I definitely do plan to have more reviews coming up. Obviously, go ahead and let me know in the comments if you do have any questions about the touch keyboard itself. You can also check out my video regarding the review of the Pro 7 tablet, as well as other devices from Microsoft I went ahead and got my hands on and actually reviewed. Well, thanks again for watching, everyone. And as always, stay safe. Take care, everyone.